Deal with all these negative trends. I'm just kidding. I guess from the perspective of Price Chopper, I work for Price Chopper Supermarkets. The cool thing about us is being local, based out of Schenectady, New York, the capital district of New York State. We represent all of the different functions of big business, but we happen to be local, and that's a real inside track advantage for folks that are located in this area. There are statistics out there about individuals now that change careers so many times over the course of their lifetime or their working lifetime, and that Price Chopper has provided those changes to me, but under one umbrella of Price Chopper, doing so many different things. So I think that's a really cool, unique thing that big business in this area offers, being that we're located here. From a business strategy standpoint, our fundamental, main strategy is growth. It's always been that way. It will continue to be that way. It's a fundamental importance in all of business to have growth, but especially important in the retail grocery business. If you put it in perspective, back in the late 1980s, we had about 60 stores employing about 10,000 people, and now 20 years later, in the late 2000s, we have about 117 stores employing 24,000 people. So essentially, in 20 years, things have doubled. But the same growth strategy exists going forward. I would imagine 20 years from now, we're going to have pretty much double what we have now in terms of amount of stores and amount of people. So that's a lot of opportunity. So from a sourcing and recruiting standpoint, when we look to employ people, we look at two types of what we call talent, or talent management is the name of the function we call recruiting, and putting the right people in the right places, and then giving them the development that they need. We have traditional talent and non-traditional talent. Traditional talent is experienced people that have grown up in our business, that are critical to keeping things moving every day, and that in some cases fill critical leadership roles. But then the other piece of it is non-traditional talent, which are folks with high potential, good attitude, and a good outlook on a career, but don't have a lot of experience. And we've got to skill those folks up very quickly in order to assume critical roles. Because of the growth strategy that we have, the importance for non-traditional talent is growing more and more, even though the current times that are going on economically. Now, with that all being said, the economy has influenced things. We've seen a lot of things stabilize from our perspective. Healthy, progressive companies have seen a lot of changes right now, and again, Jim will probably get into some of those things too. But retention rate has stabilized, meaning people that stay with your organization. Turnover rate, people who leave, has lessened. So that has kind of shrunk the amount of opportunities, but the growth that I talked about still significantly outpaces the stabilizing of retention rates. So we need to continue to look for the non-traditional talent to fill the critical needs that we have. It's always going to be there again. So that's the positive outlook. Another dynamic that's happened as far as trends or changes is the applicant pool. The applicant pool of people who want to work for Price Chopper has grown. But the quality of applicant has also grown. How many people do you think applied to work for us last year in 2008? Throw me a number.
10,000.
In 2008, 79,000 people applied to work at Price Chopper. Wow. Job applicants. Up from 59,000 in 2007, which is a 33% increase. And I'm forecasting that this year, 2009, we're going to have 110,000 applicants, which is 40% more than 08, and twice as many as calendar year 07. Calendar year 07, not 1992. Twice the amount of applicants as calendar year 07. So that shows you how, with the stabilizing workforce, stabilizing retention rates and increased applicants, events like this become all the more important. And I think this is a great event today. So we want to help you in any way we can in terms of the different tools to, market yourself. Being your own agent, as I preach to our internal people all the time, is so important. Making sure you're as sharp as possible in terms of presenting yourself, because competition is stiff, but you're still talent, non-traditional talent, which is a very good thing that organizations really need to have. So thank you for having me here today, and hopefully we can get into some more specifics as the hour moves along.